But when you come down to it, it's tiny little particles of light, which is you are the same as I am.
So the tiny particles of light are what everything is made up of, these tiny particles of light?
Absolutely. When you call it light or tiny little particles of consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
that was when science on this planet began so brilliantly to explore quantum physics through my good friend Mr. Einstein, who is another one, as well as the community dear brother and otherwise, that we've been presented with to play with, who came up with the formula that E equals MC squared, consciousness alters matter. If I believe it, I'll see it. If I see it, then I'm going to recontemplate what abilities I have. Is there so much more? Can I manifest further? Can I create further? Which is yes, but you also outgrow it. To where now those same gifts of manifestation no longer somewhat become accurate because you've outgrown it. You're wanting to step into further expansion. I picked the body of this dear one as the dear one was choosing to leave. The reason the body weighed over 425 pounds, and the reason that dear one was so conflicted. And then when I stepped in is when the body started to shut down during that surgical procedure, was to show you what was possible. So here I am in a 30-whatever-year-old the body was, 26 I believe it was,
Mm-hmm.
to come into this body vehicle that's just about shut down, medically, mentally, emotionally, in every way. Even on psychiatric medication, anything you could dream of, the body had, all the way down to complete anger, frustration, resentment, guilt, big time. When I moved in, it let the body turn everything around. So that was when the body went through the myelin sheath being eaten away, the eyesight leaving temporarily, being in a wheelchair for 2.5 years, the whole body shutting down one part after another, including the memory. Not so that I could bring forth new memory, but it was to dissolve all of his essence that had the body before me, all of his conflicts as well, to where I could fully, completely move in. That was when the body was in cardiac arrest. That was when I came forward through the principle, after the decks had been cleared, and then started downloading data, information, starting to play with many will call it visitations, I call it normal, where dear brothers will start to let their presences be known. The dances with the dear ones, such as the Mary, such as Yeshua, from beyond the physical, but yet through the physical, in many different realms of consciousness, many what you call dimensions as well, that would continue to be presented, all the way down to the oceanic realm. Now, from my memories from off-planet, you have those too, from eons ago. Now, many dear brothers were here as first settlers of the beginning of this planetary structure and this beautiful Eden that has been so tried to be sought out, but you've been living in it. From first separation and what you'd call the Genesis, the beginning.
So why is it that your memory is so great and most people's memory is not so? We don't have this universal memory that you seem to have.
Because I'm not identified with this. Such as my bride and I have talked about, and is that all of this can be removed. All right, we'll live in Red Rock Canyon, not a big deal. As long as we're together, that's all that matters, because it's the love. It's the heart. Watch how quickly the memory begins to be presented. But there's another part. The mind level has been stripped out, stripped clean. The memory of the mind level had been stripped out and stripped clean. Even periodically, old cellular memories, goodbye, 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 but there's no holding on. There's no attachment to this world, but it's a love for all concerned through this world. Watch how things start to take place. All the way down to dissolvement of the genetics, or rebuilding of the DNA, the telomere, youth vitality chromosomes. But there's no belief, because beliefs are like throwing a rock in a river, and then it starts to become denser, 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 until it's blocked. And then the other part, how much are you presented with that the mind says, oh, that can't be, or oh, that's not real. or that's daydreaming, or that's the imagination. That can't be a possibility because of this. Rather than show me. I want to know the truth. I give myself permission to know the truth about everything.